Let's talk about something we've probably all done. You get super excited about someone new, your instincts just take over, and you do everything you can think of to pull them closer. But somehow, it has the opposite effect. Well, we're going to get into that exact trap, and more importantly, how you can sidestep it completely.
So it all starts like this, right? You meet someone, and bam, it just clicks. It feels like they're checking every single box you have. And just like that, nothing else seems to matter as much as making sure this connection, actually lasts.
And that feeling, it makes you want to throw everything at it. Your time, your energy, all your focus. You go into full-on win-them-over mode. But here's the thing. That very instinct, that powerful urge to chase, is actually a trap.
Okay, first, let's really define what this trap is. It's what happens when you're so focused on trying to win someone over that you accidentally start to lose yourself in the process.
And this brings us to a really strange paradox. You know, in almost every other part of life, if you want better results, you put in more effort. Simple. But in attraction, so often, it's the complete opposite.
Here's where the signals get crossed. In your head, all that effort is showing how much you care. But on their end, they just feel this pressure. Or even worse, they realize they hold all the cards and suddenly your value starts to dip in their eyes.
And these are the real costs. See, you're not just risking losing them, you're risking losing yourself. Your own world starts to shrink, your anxiety starts to creep up, and you've basically handed them all the control in the dynamic.
To really see how this whole thing plays out, let's look at this incredible story about two rock stars. It's a really fascinating lesson in what we choose to value.
So try to imagine this. You get kicked out of your band right before they become maybe the biggest band in the world. This exact thing happened to two different people. First, you've got Dave Mustaine of Metallica. He forms his own super successful band, Megadeth, but for his entire life, he was haunted by Metallica's success. Then you have Pete Best, the original drummer for the Beatles, who found a totally different path to happiness.
Metallica sold over 125 million albums. For Mustaine, that number became an obsession. Now keep in mind, his own band sold 25 million albums, which is insane, but he still saw himself as a failure because he couldn't beat them. His sense of value was completely external.
Now just look at Pete Best's take on it. He didn't see getting kicked out as a failure at all. He saw it as the one thing that led him to a life he truly loved, with his wife, with his kids. He wasn't resentful about it. He was grateful.
See, the difference wasn't about fame or money. It was about what they chose to value. Mustaine tied his entire worth to beating Metallica. Best found his worth in the life he built for himself. And this brings us right back to dating. Your value should never be tied to winning over just one person.
So how do we actually apply this stuff to our own lives? Well, let's build a really simple but really powerful mental model for creating genuine, rock-solid self-worth.
I want you to imagine your confidence is like a sturdy tabletop. It's stable, it's strong, but only if it has solid legs underneath it. A table with just one leg, it's going to wobble and fall over the second you put any weight on it. And those legs, those supports, they're all the other parts of your life that give you meaning and strength and joy, things that are totally separate from any one romantic partner. This is the stuff that makes your life full all on its own. Okay, and here is the most counterintuitive piece of advice. When you meet someone you think is incredible, your instinct is to make them the one and only leg holding up your table. The real power move is to do the complete opposite. Double down and invest even more in all the other legs that support your life. When you do this, when your life is supported by multiple strong pillars, you develop something truly powerful. I like to call it FU confidence. You've probably heard of FU money, right? It's having so much financial security that you can walk away from any job. Well, this is the emotional version of that. It's the deep self-assurance you get from knowing your life is amazing with or without any one particular person in it.
And this is the ultimate test of strength. I mean, it's easy to say no to things you don't want. Real confidence is being able to walk away from someone you are genuinely into because you recognize that they aren't treating you right or they just aren't the right fit.
Because with this kind of foundation, you stop chasing. You stop feeling like you have to prove your worth. You start approaching dating from a place of wholeness, as an equal, and you're just seeing if this new person is a good addition to the fantastic life you've already built.
So I'll leave you with a question to just think about. What's one leg of your table you can invest in this week? Maybe it's calling a friend, restarting an old hobby, or spending some time on your career. What's one thing you can do to make your foundation just a little bit stronger? Because that right there is the one investment that pays dividends forever.